already recording. Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's already recording. Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum
Sure,
wa
madam. Please.
rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Good morning. On behalf of AMPT, informally welcome you all for our career guidance. Jobs of the future, the road ahead for the students and also aspiring college students and aspiring job candidate. And so it's been pleasure to have all here. And we have a set of audience like parents, students, teachers, professors on different areas. So, Mr. Abrar, you can expect lots of questions. And inshallah, what are the questions are coming from audience, and based on your experience and ideas, you can give thoughts-provoking ideas to them. Inshallah, will be cooperate to us. Okay, so I think it's going to be lots of fun and lots of learning and lots of information sharing. So as we move, I'm so excited today's webinar. So before starting the session, so we'll start the session through the recitation of from Holy Quran some verses. Okay. So the Qiraat by Ms.Uzma.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا وقعت الواقعة ليس لوقعتها كاذبة خافضة رافعة إذا رجت الأرض رجا وبست الجبال بسا فكانت هباء منبثا وكنتم أزواجا ثلاثة فأصحاب الميمنة ما أصحاب الميمنة وأصحاب المشأمة ما أصحاب المشأمة والسابقون السابقون أولئك المقربون في جنات النعيم ثلة من الأولين وقليل من الآخرين جزاك الله خيرا كثيرا.
Barakallah Uzma.
Jazakallahu khair.
So it's great pleasure to being here. Welcome you all once again. So let's start the program with a small intro. Great things happen when there is a gathering of great minds. It is with great anticipation that we welcome you, sir, for this session. Let me welcome Mr. Abrar. Young minds are like sponge. They are looking for the right inputs to soak it in. So we cannot think of person more suited to this than Mr. Abrar, to whom we extend a warm welcome. Mr. Abrar, sir, he is a corporate trainer, a motivational speaker, a career counselor, and a writer. Especially, he is a great orator. Maybe I'm missing something else, so Mr. Abrar will fill it. So we are blessed to have him here. Over to you, Mr. Abrar.
Okay, thank you so much, madam, and I welcome all of you with Islamic greeting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and good morning, everyone. And thank you so much for joining. And first of all, I would like to talk about Dusma Yameen. She had a wonderful voice, and the recitation was phenomenally good. May Allah bless her. May Allah make her happiness and grant everything what she requires for. And then thank you so much, Fahima madam, for the introduction. And I'm very blessed and I'm very overwhelmed with this introduction. So we'll talk about the more career guidance. And in this, I'm going to talk about two language. I'm going to use it. In between, I will be using Hindi or Urdu just to communicate the subject, and then we will pick up the queries from the panelists, and then we will make a quick conclusions. And I'm very excited to pick up your questions and have a read it. So, so all of these, once again, I'm very grateful for the AMP for bringing up such a program, and it is whenever it is being called for, and it is always my pleasure. It is always exciting things that actually I can just contribute to what I know. So, Madam is already fairly covered this one. For the benefit of all, let me just quickly go over to this one. I always pick up this slide. This is because actually I feel a rhythm from my side. So first, my name is Abrar Ahmad Hafiz. You can very well call me Abrar, and I have 13-year experience in MNCs. And from there, my whole experience revolves around quality management system. I'm a people manager. There are 17 engineers who report to me, who work under me, and I also take care of the various quality standard for various products. So my expertise is three things. One, global trainer, and both technical and non-technical. And then I'm also automotive core tools. I'm expert in it. When you say automotive, you know the BMW, Ferrari, and what their requirement, how we need to fulfill them, and so on, and various strategy to make the product healthy. And I'm also data analyst. That means I have the black belt with me. That means I can also guide on the data analysis more from the statistic one and the problem solving. And my hobbies, I do read books because I feel like I do read books and write books. That is something my hobbies, and also I'm a cat lover. So this one I wanted to give it to audience. Audience need to tell me. Please give your name and where are you from, any one hobby, and our aim for this program, and your favorite food. Now I would like to open up this session for audience. Just this slide, and maybe we can take it from there just to get an idea. So thank you. Anyone in the audience would like to give an introduction about yourself and where are you from and hobbies and favorite food, please?
I request the audience to please interact. It should
Yeah,
be like an interactive session. Instead
yeah,
of just listening, it will be good that if you'll interact with the speaker.
yeah,
Please,
yes,
audience, come up, speak up, and share your ideas and your what are the problems you are facing. Inshallah, Mr. Abrar will be solved it. Please
yeah,
come
inshallah.
forward.
Yeah, yeah. This is all your session, and I will try to talk less, and it's all yours. You can pick it up, and definitely you will get hugely get benefited. Mashallah, the material is in such a way that I have referred many good materials. I have come up with one fairly good material. I think it is going to be very benefited to all of you, inshallah. And anyone, I think the audience may not able to speak, I guess. So some are just giving in message. Sufyan, anyone would like to participate in this one? You can unmute yourself and then you can speak. There is a button called, if you on the right side you have mute and unmute. You need to unmute yourself and then have a speak.
There is Mustafa Bhai wants to talk. Ali Haidar Bhai wants to talk. They have raised the hand. Please allow them,
Oh,
unmute
yeah,
them, please.
yeah, yeah. Please go ahead, Mustafa. Mr. Mustafa, please go ahead. I think Mustafa. I'm sorry, I mispronounced the name. Mustafa, please go ahead, Mustafa. Please go ahead. Yeah. So I have made those who raise the hand, I have made them allowed to speak. That means you will be able to speak. Please go ahead.
If any difficulties, you can drop the things in the chat box.
Yeah, yes. So far, 6 people have requested, and I have given allowed to talk permissions to them. So they will be able to speak.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum salam.
Sir, my name is Muhammad Sufyan.
Yes.
I am from Wanimbadi, sir.
Okay.
My hobbies is reading, seeing the news, sir.
Okay.
My favorite food is biryani, sir.
Okay. So your students are you are job goer or you are looking for a job?
Teacher, sir.
Teacher, mashallah. Okay. Good. Thank you, Sufyan bhai.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Jazakallah khair. So, and who else, please? Please go ahead.
My name is Abrar, sir.
Yes, Mr. Abdul Bari. Yes.
And sir, I am from Barjatrapur.
Okay. Nice to know. Yeah. Please go ahead.
See, if you want to ask in any other language, please. Hindi, Urdu, कुछ भी चलेगा.
Yeah.
सिर्फ इंग्लिश एक ही नहीं है. अगर कोई उर्दू में भी पूछना चाहता है, हिंदी में भी बात करना चाहता है, मोस्ट वेलकम.
या आप हिंदी से
अस्सलाम वालेकुम
कर
सर.
सकते हैं और हिंदी से भी कर सकते हैं. सो आप जैसे चाहे वैसे कर सकते हैं. या प्लीज गो.
Assalamu alaikum sir.
यस, वालेकुम सलाम.
I am from Barjatrapur.
Okay.
I am going to appear the next year HSLC exam.
SLC exam. Okay.
Actually, how can I take the preparation to scoring the good marks?
Okay. Your expectation is to get good marks. Okay. Good. Mashallah.
Just what the preparation if I take, I can score the good mark that I wanted to know from you.
Okay. Okay, sure. So first, actually, one quick questions for you. What's your interest now? Which field you wanted to go for when you complete your graduations? Which field you would like to go for?
I don't want to join in job. I want to do business like entrepreneur.
Good. Excellent. Okay. We'll talk about that. Yes, inshallah. Good aim and keep going. So I will give some tips as we go along, inshallah. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Most welcome. Who else, please? Other people are requested to go ahead.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. आपका नाम? Please go ahead. Yeah. So anybody would like to take part? Just आपका नाम, आप कहाँ से हो, आपकी हॉबीज और आपका फेवरेट फूड. Kindly go ahead. Okay. So maybe during the course of the time you can definitely raise your hand. So when you raise your hand, the pop-up goes to panelists. They will be able to approve to you so that you will be able to speak and ask questions. So जो भी आपको डाउट है आप हैंड राइज कर सकते हैं. जब हैंड राइज कर सकते हैं पॉपअप होगा पैनलिस्ट को. पैनलिस्ट आपके क्वेश्चंस को लेके हम तक फॉरवर्ड कर देंगे.
Yes, Mr. Abrar, you can go ahead. Okay, without wasting the time.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. So one quick example I wanted to talk about this. This is a 1 minute game or 1 minute
Excuse
show.
me, sir.
In this you have 60. Yeah, please.
Some of my friends unmute their microphone. They're
Okay.
supposed some questions. They're not getting.
Okay. Okay. So maybe we can take the
Yeah.
questions at the end, and maybe I will start the session because this topic is little wide for the benefit of all. I wanted to start this one, but definitely we love to take the questions and we will take the questions. Yeah. So, okay, so 60 seconds you have, that means 1 minute you have, and you need to tell me you have 60 seconds to document the number of times the sixth letter. The letter sixth is what? F. A, B, C, D, E, F, right? Sixth letter of the alphabet appear in the text at the right. So this is one, and you need to tell me how many F are available in this. So I'm going to count for 60 seconds, and then I will tell you something profound about this one, and then we will talk about that. Okay, so your time starts now, and you have 60 seconds. I've already started the counter. So please tell me how many F are available in this entire package. I mean passage. The necessity to till managed. You can text it.
Sir, can you repeat your questions? I'm unable to get your questions.
Okay, so is no there in this passage, the passage is the necessity of the training form hands. So इसमें जो है there are F are hidden, so many F are there, not hidden, many F are there. You need to count and tell me how many F are there in this entire one. This the necessity of the training to till management. How many F letter are available?
Oh, sir, from starting from the necessity up to management, how many effort there we have to count? 15, 15,
Yes, yes, you're right. Yes.
20,
So don't reveal it. I'm going to stop it. Then you can tell the answer. Do not tell the answer now. Please do not tell the answer. So 30 seconds
22
more.
F are there, sir.
Okay, good answer. Okay, so 15 seconds more. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. And the time up. So
20,
how many words you're
20,
thinking that is
20,
available? How many letters are there?
22 F are there, sir.
Okay, okay.
27, sir.
So what about others people? How many letter F are available in this
27.
passage?
27, sir.
24,
Okay, good.
24, sir.
20, 24. Very good. Excellent. Okay. Okay.
24.
24. Excellent. Okay. Can I log the answer all? Yeah. So thank you so
Yes,
much
sir.
for giving the answer. And most of the majority of the audience have voted 24. Actually, there are 39 F are available. So why I bring this slide, I will tell you the purpose. There are 39. For example, when we say letter F, our mind is tries to go and find only the capital one. Like F, you might have counted 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you may come up with a 23 or 24 number. But actually, what our mind does not go and move focus on is there is in off there is a F. You see here a small F, and then you have many F are available. In some words, there are two F are available. Forefather, one here and one here. So totally 39 F are available. So that's why I brought this wake up example is this is our mind is like that. We need to have something called quality called attention to detail. Attention to detail is very important. Any passage you see, you need to grasp, you need to do not see only one aspect, you need to grasp everything. So only as per the psychological one, it says that only when you read the whole things, you will be able to confirmly tell that how many F are available. Okay, so this is one quick test for you. So by the way, 39 F are available. So okay, so thank you so much for your participation. Yeah, so this is the
Sorry, sir, for
agenda.
wrong answer.
No wrong, no wrong. It's just a psychological question. Yeah, no wrong. So do not feel regret. Yeah. So Participation is the key. No right and no wrong. Yeah. So, okay, agenda. What we're gonna talk about today is we're gonna talk about the available streams. What are the options we have, and then career guidance. Where does it begin? कहाँ से career guidance शुरू होता है? वो हम बात करेंगे इंशाल्लाह. And then influencing factor. कौन से चीज हमें influence करता है? We'll talk about that. Exploring your interest. जो आपका hobby, जो आपका strength है, आप कैसे inline कर सकते हैं? Exploring your interest. High ground gaining. High ground gaining meaning like आज मार्केट ट्रेंड में जो हाई पैकेजेस है उसके बारे में इंशाल्लाह हम जिक्र करेंगे. ओके, हाई ग्राउंड गेनिंग मीनिंग लाइक हाई पैकेज और हाई डिमांड. Okay, less competition and high demand. We'll talk about this. And steam available, the same thing. You have more detail actually, like here I have talked about only high level one, so here you have more detail. And interview preparations, what you need to do, and I'm going to touch upon that also as well. And then the summary is going to be very interesting, and the conclusion also will be made. So this is I think you all students actually, but I quickly picked up the reference from Islamic Girls Higher Secondary School one body calendar, and this is broadly I really like in the last two pages they talked about chart A and chart B. Opportunities after 10th standard, what are the opportunities you have generally, and after 12th standard, what are the opportunities you have. So you're already in the colleges or the final year and so on. For the benefit of all, I would like to quickly go through this one and then we can pick it up later. So for example, higher studies आप कर सकते हैं, like higher studies academic. We'll talk about higher studies क्या क्या कर सकते हैं. And then you have diploma. आप diploma कर सकते हैं, polytechnics कर सकते हैं, diploma in electronic communication engineering, diploma in computer science, diploma in those things. And medical and pharmacy आप क्या कर सकते हैं, and agriculture and veterinary. तो आप क्या कर सकते हैं. तो इसके इसमें पॉलिटिक्स ये भी एग्रीकल्चर एकदम बूमिंग है and it is going to be long and green. So we'll talk about that. Can you please go on mute please? Yeah, please go on mute. Yeah. So agriculture again, and the certificate course, if you wanted to have the certificate course, you can have like certificate ITI or and so on. So these are all the certificate course you have. And if you wanted to do a long thing, I think one of the participant Abdul Bari was telling he wanted to do a business. So there is also an available direct employment or self-employment or business or something like that you can do. This is after 10th. After 12th, this is the thing you can do. You have many courses: science, medical, agriculture, and then you have option 3 as BCom, BBA, and what are the things you can do, and then you can do chartered account and company secretary and so on. And option 4 you have BL, BLM. These are all law and English literature and so on. And what else you can do in the fifth option is secondary teaching teacher you can become, and so on, direct employment, so and the other. So this has, and we have alhamdulillah very stream window or avenue. So it is like picking up the right course and pursuing into it. That's what is all about. So just wanted to show that what is this team. You might already knowing it. Just for the benefit of all, I picked up this one. So let's talk about where does it begin? कहाँ से शुरू होता है career awareness? Career awareness actually that it begins from home. Why it begins from home? For example, let's say you group of your father or your mother or your neighbor are telling that you're good at repairing things, you're good at engineering things, you're good at teaching things, you're good at writing. So that first who identifies your strength is your home. And you also observe things, and let's say the children are super smart, right? So anything you do they will try to replicate the same thing. When I say replicate the word, जो भी आप करेंगे children एकदम grasp कर लेंगे क्योंकि their mind is wide open. There is called flunk open, anything, any signal you pass they will be able to catch it. And that's something actually it identifies at home. So any career so begins at home. And elementary level, again you will get an idea like, okay, so you got the rhythm in science, you are interested to learn about science, you're interested to learn about physics, you're interested to learn about mathematics and so on. And then so these ideas being endorsed by your parents your extended family members. They say that, okay, this is the knowledge, this is the interest you have, and you can definitely do that. But more than that, more than their idea, you need to have your own visions, and we'll talk out more about it. And awareness. So awareness is very important. I think this is as a Muslim, as a whole unit, I think we must need to improve in this one, and we need to know what is going on around the world, which are all the career which we can pick and all that. So just to give you statistic, quick statistic. Let's say our the whole thing when you talk about the educations, let's say out of 100, 8 students are becoming graduate, and from the 8 also they are not going to the stream what they have studied. For example, let's say I have studied engineering, and if I work on BPO, if I work on non-engineering, so whatever the core studies I have studied, that is going not going to be benefited to me much fruitful way. So what we have to do is we have to pick up the career in line to your strength, in line to your hobbies, in line to your strength, so that you can multiply, you can gain more benefit from it. We'll talk about that in more in detail. This is eagle view. This is what. So करियर कहाँ से शुरू होता है? घर से शुरू होता है। जन स्कूल में आप जाते हो एलिमेंट्री लेवल में, वहां से एक आपको एक इंडिकेटिव एक डोर ओपन होता है, लाइक आई थिंक when I was there, I know I was good at science, I was good at mathematics. Okay, I thought, okay, and also I'm good at teaching things. So I thought, okay, why don't I take this teaching field is my career. And then and engineering, I was very occupied and had a great interest in engineering. Then I did engineering. So the bottom line here is your interest is something which is very profound, which is very impactful, and which is the key element. So parents, extended family members, and the society that also contribute to it, and you must need to have an awareness. We'll talk more and more and more on these things the whole presentation. Yeah. So factor that affecting the career choice. So as I said, we talked about the interest, your interest, that your interest can come from your family members, your own interests, or if somebody told, I think your friend would have told you, I think you're very good at maths. How you're learning this one? How you're learning the algorithm? How you're learning trigonometry? How you're learning this thing? You're good at drawings. You're good at taking drawings and all that. So this is all interest which sometimes you identify, sometimes other people see is your interest or strength. So the skills, and whether it's a soft skill, whether hard skill, both are essential. Soft skill meaning like ability to speak fluently, ability to convince the point, ability to have an ability to make the good presentation. All of these soft skill. Hard skill, your core is skill. For example, आप MBBS पढ़ रहे हो, so core skill is your doctorate, right? Doctor. And if you have done in engineering, your core hard skill is your engineering. So something like that. Your experience, where does your experience, everything talks about it. Family tradition, not a big factor, but this also has a influencing. And personality, whether you are what type of personality. For example, some people might be very shy type, and they wanted to get the job which is in typing and writing and so on. Some people are very good at speaking. They wanted to go like public speaker, and they wanted to go in an MNC and place their points and so on. So all of these things, we have a factor which can really help us to pick the choices that is very important. Yeah. So exploring your interest, for example, let's say you wanted to investigate. I suggest that actually we'll talk about more in this one. So you wanted to have like only investigation in that one. All the management systems will be very good. What is mean by management system? We'll talk about that. Like the quality management system, आपको full investigation मिलेगा. Like product कैसा fail होता है, उसे कैसा rework करना है, कैसा उसको एकदम जीरो डिफेक्ट लेके आना है, आपको ज्यादा ज्यादा ये रहेगा. प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट यू हैव, प्रोग्राम मैनेजमेंट यू हैव, आप जो भी इंडस्ट्रियल लीन मैनेजमेंट यू हैव, कैसा लीन जो भी बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम होते हैं, हाउ वी कैन कन्वर्ट दैट एज ए as a benefit and all that. So investigation, if you have that one, you want to become an all-rounder, you wanted to have that skills of grasping power. Investigative is one of the good field. and you wanted to have artists, like you're good at art and you wanted to go an artist, we'll talk about it. And you are social, actually you get gel with other people. You know you have the people, like all the friends like you, and you have great bonding. You get gel with the parents, you get gel with the society and all that. We'll talk about that. Don't Then you have a great opening on business. You can do an own business, you can just help startups and all that you can do. And this is socially, if you're really good and you have that skills and rapport building and all that, you can pick up this one. Enterprising, again, you have the ability to manage the business and run the business and so on. You can pick it up this one. Conventional, like you, because your father or your parents or your neighbors has somebody has a proven skill. For example, let's say my family member, one of the member is good at engineering. I have just made them as a my role model, and then I have just followed up. That is also good. In a conventional also is fine. And realistic, wanted to do something practically, as a civil engineer or anything you want to do very practical, and this also is possible. So you have many options, actually wide options. Based on your interest, you have many wide options. It is all that how you pick that one is the most essential things as such. Yeah. So a little bit of this thing. Let's say you have a competence and you have a student. Let's say competence meaning like you're able to perform. There is something called actually competency. Before what they say skill. Skill meaning like what you know. Competence is tense is and how you apply your learned technique. That's called competence. In this competence, positive towards work and learning, always positive. So that is very important frame mind we need to have as a Muslim, or in generally speaking, for any job goer or anybody who wanted to step into career. First foremost thing is their positive mindset, because a positive mindset you have, you will be able to work and happily work, and all your passions, everything will drive forward. So in that you can always demonstrate the positive ethics. That is a skill we need to have. For example, let's say in generally speaking, let's say I will give one scenario to you. Let's say I'm working, I'm just going for a company, and that company is little bit of more of it in a science, more of let's say technological company. And what first thing I should believe, okay, I'm going to gain lot of knowledge in it. And maybe whatever the things, I will be open to learn the knowledge, and I will adopt the cultures, everything. So that positive frame of mind is the most important thing. We should not follow the front says. No, friends may mock at you and say, no, this company may not be good for you, and why you're going for this one. And for first, you be thorough, you be a clear mindset. That is very important. The second paramount important point is learn skill in making the decision, choosing educational goal. For example, let's say you have chosen the BSc mathematics, you have chosen engineering. That means you can see that what are the options you have. You need to write it down. So just because somebody else says that actually this field may give a good result, you should not go, but you should also take it up this also as well. Skill, and we'll talk about the planning. This is quick one, but one of the two more important factor is your interest is something very important. Your interest and passion, that is something very important, and your skills, that is, these two are very important competencies. The students should have a will to accept, will to do that. Okay, so before I am going to skip this slide, this is also an extension to what I said before. And this is the high ground or high package or high ground gaining subject. What is the high ground and high demand? So medical field is the wide open now. We can go into medical field, you can go into agriculture is something which we also need to take it up. So in one of my student, and he is doing an agriculture in Anna University. I'm so happy that actually and then this field also, many of us do not pick that field. but actually this field also has emerging, and it's high time that we need to go in that field also as well. Parents also do not think that agriculture is all about farming and किसान का काम करना, ऐसा नहीं है. इसमें भी pure science, and it has and when you become an agriculture, so your avenue, you have many avenues. You can become a food inspector, you can become a food in charge, you can become an inspector to a land. All these, you have a variety of things. Robotics also has, for example, if you are into software, everything, and robotic also is a nice and high gaining grounds as such. And then you have something called artificial intelligence. You want to study AI, you can do that. And there is some, this is high package. Test automation. Test automation meaning like whatever the test manual steps you have, how we can automate in the organization. Let's say you have a, there is something called, you have maybe lift, you have in the lift, how we can make it more automation, more error free, more more you, whatever the learn technique, how you can deploy. That is test automation also picking up the raise in the LinkedIn. When I say LinkedIn, in the, you will get more job profile, which profile has more salary and all that. Test automation also has into it. So data analytics is everything now is a database. For example, let's say you might have, you might search anything in Google, and then tomorrow or the same day, when you just do that, you will be wondering that actually the same, whatever you search for, let's say you search for, you wanted to learn about lean Six Sigma. So you just search and left it, and you got whatever the output you want, and you just search and left it. So Google will pick up those values, and then it will give as a recommendation. Every time when you go and your screening window, you will have these things. Where does that choices has come from? Because the choices has come from data analytics. Who is good, what is good, and all that. So data, whether it's a statistical analysis, we say a Six Sigma, whether the data we say lean, whether the data is by itself, how you can project the data. And there is something called Tableau analysis. We'll talk about that. Tableau is there, and the micro strategy. All of these things is data scientist. So data is something which is highly recommended, and you can do. So one big advantage of data analytics is you can go to any stream. For example, let's say you studied engineering. So engineering, your domain is electronic and communication engineering. But when you study data analytics, you can go to any field, whether it's electronic or electrical or safety or medical, aerospace, aeronautic, any field you can do and you can contribute. So we'll talk about more into it, and there is also few references you will get it from my channel also as well. And but you at the end of the day, what is very important is data, and any field you work on it, data is something which is emerging, and please pick this up, because that is something very important. So I think artificial intelligence is repeating twice, I'm sorry about it. And management system, actually not many people do not go for it. I recommend you to take the management processes. What is management processes? You have a quality management system. Let's say you have you're good at reading books, you're good at observing things, you're good at driving the things, you're going along with the team, then you can take management process, quality management system. For example, let's say your company follows ISO standard. That ISO standard you can pick, you can write the manual and drive to the entire team, entire organization you can drive. Because management system, because you will be directly tie up with the management, and your scale, you whatever you do, you will have a high projection. Your avenue to project to management will become wide open. Please take quality management system also as well. Because why I'm saying is, I am into quality management system. And back in 12 year before, I have total 13-year experience. I think third year of my career, one of my ex boss requested me that actually you need to be there more into management system, and it will be really good. So after that, I pursued in the same field, and I find it like actually management system, when you know that, you will get to know the entire things about the company, what, because you are the one who is going to write the procedure by referring the process and all that. So management, quality management system also is a good choice. Another choice you have project management. Project management also a good choice. Why? Because any project, when you do it, let's say project meaning like company requires process improvement. When you say process improvement, yes, please go ahead. Any questions? Okay. So any company requires a process management, process improvement. So when you do a process improvement, you will have a savings, and you can also project internally. And I mean, you can project to the management. These are all the things you have done, and your promotions, a ladder up, becomes highly visible and highly recommended and all that. So this is second field I wanted to talk about it. The third is project management, program management. Also you can talk, you can bring the more business to the process, and you can convince to the side, you can convince to the customer, and so on and so forth. So these are all the things which we do not pay more attention to it, but these has a very high package to it. I would like to share my own personal experience, not because to self boost myself, but just to draw a point. I completed my educations in back in 2008. After that, I happened to work for a company which is more into pure electronics, because I am the student of electronic and I wanted to pursue in the same field. But the problem was the package was very low, very low. So my package 12 years before, it was less than 5,000, and then it was very extremely difficult for me to manage that one. But my parents and my friends and all motivated me to me that this is the field, because your core field is there and you need to pursue in the same field. So I just worked on it, and 2 year passed by. My salary was slowly picking up the race, like 8,000, 10,000, 12,000, 14,000, and it goes all the way. And now, Alhamdulillah, I'm good. I'm gaining a good salary by the grace of Almighty. So what I wanted to tell here in this to all the students as an encouraging point is, please take the field which you have studied. Now, first thing is, picking up the study is very important. After you pick up, you need to live with that. You need to follow with that. You need to have a lot of patience and energy. You need to put towards it. After that, actually, when even in the beginning, there will be always difficulty, right? So even that, you need to sacrifices many of your comfort zone and try to accept the change. And then that's the first avenue of success. The first thing is you have to accept, and you have to go in the same field. So that, please take this one. And I don't want to criticize the other friends actually who okay, there are two students. One student actually, he studied electronic, and he went to the same thing, and over a 10 plus year, he has in the same field and become expert and so on and so forth. Okay, that is scenario number one. Scenario number two is a person studied electronics, and then he was not able to wait for the thing, and he chosen something else, non-technical. Let's say I mean, he has joined into BPO, he has joined into call center, which is completely non-technical. Non-technical meaning like you have studied something which is not in line to your study. That is, we call it as non-technical. So if you look at the SWOT analysis, the person who has the technical knowledge and he has got the job, maybe the salary will be low, but the long term he will get the best benefit. Long term, when you talk about it, he will get the best benefit. He can go around any technical, his technical competencies will improve, his technical abilities will improve, company will get benefited, his ladder will get benefited. All these will have. On the other side, the flip side, if you look at a student who wanted to get the job immediately and fit into anything which is, whether it's a technical or non-technical, you may get the high package but in the beginning, but over a period of time your job will not survive for long. Sorry to say. Why? Because what will happen is actually, let's say you have put lot of effort in completing engineering and engineering, let's say, and then you're going for something which is I'm not pulling down this BPO and call center. All I'm trying to say is, you please leverage your learnings. That is very important. That is what I'm coming to say. So even though you may get this low salary, but you stick to it over a period of time, inshallah you will get the best package, that's for sure. So you take care this one. And management system is something I want all of you to pick it up one, because we have a great qualities, great attributes, and great dimensions which we have got in the form of Islam, right? For example, we have leadership quality. Naturally we have a quality of ethics. Naturally we have quality of many various things which other religion may not have. But we have all of these things. All we need to do is, we need to leverage the same area which we have. So this is the one which I wanted to stay a little bit time, because I feel like these are all the high gaining ground which we need to pick it up. So career goals, let's talk about a little bit of thing. Will Career goals, what it helps, actually it helps you to for a living, right? So it discover your possibilities. Let's say I am always interested in qualities. So my
Sorry for interrupt,
yeah,
Mr.
please.
Abrar, sir.
Yes.
In the previous slide, about previous, briefly, will you explain in Urdu?
Yeah, sure, madam.
Just brief, okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. सो आपके पास, या थैंक्स मैडम। सो आपके पास ये जो स्लाइड आप मैं बता रहा हूँ, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट स्लाइड है। क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट स्लाइड है? ये जो फील्ड्स में दे रहा हूँ, ये मतलब ज्यादा सैलरी आने, ज्यादा सैलरी है और ज्यादा डिमांड्स है। ये डिमांड्स हमेशा रहेगा इंशाल्लाह। फॉर एग्जांपल, आप मेडिकल में जा रहे हो, मेडिकल फार्मेसी में जा रहे हो, मेडिकल प्रोडक्ट डेवलप कर रहे हो, आपके आपका जॉब हमेशा, फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से आप फ्लेक्सट्रॉनिक्स में वर्क करते हो और इन्हीं कंपनी में जो मेडिकल का डिवाइस बनाते हैं, तो आपको क्या होगा, आप एक्सपीरियंस के साथ दूसरे कंपनी में जा सकते हो, तीसरी कंपनी में जा सकते हो। आपका जो लर्निंग ये कर्व रहेगा, वो एकदम एक्सट्रीमली हाई रहेगा। आप एग्रीकल्चर में भी जा सकते हो। एग्रीकल्चर इज नॉट अबाउट, एग्रीकल्चर का एक फील्ड ऐसा है जिसमें फूड इंस्पेक्टर हो सकते हो, फूड सिक्योरिटी इंस्पेक्टर हो सकते हो, फूड सर्टिफायर हो सकते हो। आप आप एक सर्टिफाई कर सकते हो, एक प्रोडक्ट सर्टिफाई कर सकते हो। जब मैं प्रोडक्ट बोल रहा हूँ, मैं जिक्र कर रहा हूँ इसका, जो भी आप फूड के प्रोडक्ट होते हैं, आपका उसका सर्टिफिकेट कर सकते हो। सो एग्रीकल्चर is also all about lands, all about food, everything can definitely do that. And robotics, आप ये कर सकते हैं। रोबोटिक्स में जो भी रोबोटिक्स, मैकेनिकल, सेंट्रल मशीन प्रोग्रामिंग, जो भी रोबोटिक्स है, कैड, ऑटो कैड, एवरीथिंग आप कर सकते हैं। आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, ऑल अबाउट यू नो हाउ द डेटा जो है, आप कैसा वो डेटा को ये कर सकते हैं आर्टिफिशियली। फॉर एग्जांपल, लेट्स से व्हेन यू टाइप, you can also swap in WhatsApp, right? So let's say I'm just picking up the call test, TEST. If I swap it, it picks up all these artificial intelligence आप कर सकते हो। So artificial intelligence is, every company have got this artificial intelligence where it simplifies the process and brings the automation। अब जो भी repeated task होते हैं ना, उसको आप automate कर सकते हैं through artificial intelligence। Test automation is very high package and high demand। हाई पैकेज मीनिंग लाइक आप मशीन जो इंजीनियरिंग डोमेन से हैं या साइंस डोमेन से हैं, आप टेस्ट ऑटोमेशन कर सकते हैं। ये टेस्ट वाला वर्ड, इट इज वेरी वेग वर्ड। इट कैन बी इंजीनियरिंग का हो सकता है, इट कैन बी मशीन का टेस्ट हो सकता है, इट कैन बी प्रोडक्ट का टेस्ट हो सकता है। जो भी आप टेस्ट ऑटोमेशन कर सकते हैं। डेटा एनालिस्ट, दो एक्सट्रीम मिलेंगे आपको। ये मिलेगा स्टेटिस्टिक। स्टेटिस्टिक जो है लीन सिक्स सिग्मा है। सिक्स सिग्मा एक ऐसा स्टडी है जिसमें इट टॉक्स मोर अबाउट डेटा मीन इट टॉक्स मोर अबाउट प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग। एक बिजनेस का प्रॉब्लम है, वही कस्टमर का डिससेटिस्फेक्शन हो रहा है। सो स्टैटिस्टिकल टूल इतना एडवांस है, आप प्रिडिक्ट कर सकते हो। आप आपका मशीन कब खराब होगा प्रिडिक्ट कर सकते हो, कैसा मशीन खराब होने से बचाएंगे आप पूरा प्रिडिक्ट कर सकते हो। वो एक स्टडी है, दैट इज स्टैटिस्टिक वन। आप अदर स्टडीज इन जनरल साइंस है, जो भी साइंस डेटा एनालिसिस है, आपका जो भी गूगल में फॉर्म जब फिल कर रहे हैं कैसे वो गूगल पिक करता है वो नॉट ओनली दैट यू आल्सो इन कंपनी में आल्सो हैज गॉट मोर इनटू डेटा एनालिस्ट फॉर एग्जांपल आप मैक्रो कर सकते हैं एमएस विजुअल कर सकते हैं एमएस मैक्रो कर सकते हैं एंड सो ऑन so manage sorry artificial intelligence is a repeated word and management system which मैं management system में काम कर रहा हूँ quality management system I am also people manager quality management systems आपको पूरा कंपनी के full डिटेल आपको रहेगा क्योंकि आप प्रोसीजर राइट कर सकते हो पॉलिसी बना सकते हो ऑब्जेक्टिव बना सकते हो टारगेट ड्राइव कर सकते हो आप बिजनेस का प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर सकते हो क्वालिटी मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम प्रोग्राम मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम में जा सकते हो प्रोग्राम मैनेजमेंट नए कंपनीज नए बिजनेस कंपनी को ला के दे सकते हो प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट कंपनी का जो भी प्रॉब्लम है आप वो लीन सिक्स सिग्मा टूल के जरिए आप सॉल्व कर सकते हो जो भी मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम होता है ना लाइक एचआर मैनेजमेंट ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम क्वालिटी मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट प्रोग्राम मैनेजमेंट ये पूरा मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम कैसा है आप इसका सबसे सबसे ज्यादा और अहम एडवांटेज क्या है आप दूसरे फील्ड्स को ये कर सकते हो फॉर एग्जांपल माय फर्स्ट कंपनी वाज मोर इनटू सेफ्टी प्रोडक्ट my second company is multi-dimensional company it is also in automotive it is also in medical it is also in but management system जब आप रहेंगे आप कौन से भी फील्ड को ले सकते हैं तो ये आप ऑलराउंडर हो सकते हो आप दूसरे जॉब को भी जल्दी ग्रास्प कर सकते हो फॉर एग्जांपल आप इंजीनियरिंग एंड क्वालिटी आई मीन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एंड कम्युनिकेशन पढ़े हो आप फर्स्ट इलेक्ट्रॉनिक में आपको जॉब मिला है आप कर सकते हो आप मैनेजमेंट कर सकते हो फुल नॉलेज आपको आएगा कंप्लीटली अब मैं बता रहा था ना ये इन्वेस्टिगेटिव टाइप आएगा आपको इन्वेस्टिगेटिव मीनिंग लाइक आप ऑलराउंडर हो जाओगे कंपनी का फुल इंफॉर्मेशन आपके पास रहेगा लेदर कंपनी में जो भी कौन से डिफेक्ट होते हैं कैसा होता है कैसा मैनुअल करना है कैसा कस्टमर को कैसा हैंडल करना है पूरा आपको पूरा कोर इंफॉर्मेशन आपके हाथ में रहेगा और इसका मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम का और क्या एडवांटेज है कौन से फील्ड में आप फ्लिप कर सकते हो फॉर एग्जांपल आप लेदर फील्ड में आप इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में आ सकते हो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक से सिविल में जा सकते हो पूरे फील्ड्स में जाते हो क्योंकि मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम ही है एक ऐसा सब्जेक्ट है विच कैन अडॉप्ट विच कैन प्लेस टू एनी ऑफ दीज थिंग्स so so this is just quick summary about it and then I wanted to go with the career goals जो आप क्यों करियर गोल्स कर सकते हो बिकॉज इट्स फॉर लिविंग राइट आप लॉन्ग रन में आपको उसमें आपको सपोर्ट करेगा एंड ऑल दैट टू डिस्कवर पॉसिबिलिटी दैट यू डिडंट थॉट ऑफ अदरवाइज मीनिंग लाइक आप क्वालिटी आप हमेशा क्वालिटी को पसंद करते हो तो क्वालिटी मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम कर सकते हो क्वालिटी कंट्रोल में कर सकते हो एंड सो ऑन and will guide into doing what you want in your life rather than just drifting into job so आपका जो गोल रहेगा ना ओके माय इंटरेस्ट इज आई जस्ट हैव अ ग्रेट अटेंशन टू डिटेल तो आप मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम ले सकते हैं क्यों मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम जो भी है आई टॉक्ट अबाउट फोर मोड क्वालिटी मैनेजमेंट प्रोग्राम मैनेजमेंट प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट और जनरली एचआर मैनेजमेंट आपको ग्रास्पिंग ज्यादा रहना चाहिए सो आप वो भी कर सकते हैं सो करियर गोल्स आपसे ही शुरू होता है आपका जो इंटरेस्ट है उसमें से आप करियर गोल्स चूज कर सकते हैं self-employment be it entrepreneur or convert your ideas into business you have some small ideas you wanted to convert into business one of my friend actually like who studied along with me and he is always fond of developing diode you know that diode is also an active component which has anode cathode and all that but he wanted to develop by himself then he started the business and then he sell that many of these one and many companies started liking his one because the quality was good and all that so after a period of time first 2 3 years went very difficult for him now he's he's great businessman so he has millions of diode he can make now and he has 20 other people are working for him so that is a great any you have a strong ideas you wanted to live with that ideas and convert into a business opportunity and you can do that so and then you can even entrepreneur they make things happen for them and believe like entrepreneur whatever you wanted to have that self employment you can do that also as well. So do not carry it away with the business idea. So let's say your friend is telling, आप आपके friend बता रहे हैं कि ये field अच्छा रहेगा, आप क्यों not, like actually we can take the advice, but actually आपका strength define करता है, आपका ये strength आपका hobbies पूरा define करता है. Take care the administrative trail, hire a right person for a right job, and this is something for self employment. Yeah. So you can be a boss. आप खुद कंपनी को ड्राइव कर सकते हो, आपको आपके पास फुल कंट्रोल है कैसा कैश फ्लो करना है एंड सो ऑन. So this is on. So this is actually like a little bit of stream available. आप कहाँ से जाते, marketing, finance, human resource, IT, system. When I say system, I'm referring to project management system. Quickly, I would like to go through. आपके पास ये stream रहेंगे आपके जॉब के लिए. ये बता रहा हूँ आप सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट, आप कुछ खुद क्या कर सकते हैं. एंड देन दिस वन इज गोस mainly on the job one: marketing, finance, human resources, IT, and systems. Expectation and opportunity, area of assignment, nature of assignment, and type of industry. You need to know all of these things. For example, if say even I have seen many during I have taken many multiple interviews, more than 50 people I have taken in interviews. One of my common finding is, what I have observed is, people actually like come for interview and they don't know what portfolio we have, what is their strength, and they just copy paste from the Google word, I mean the resume, and come forward. Actually ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. आपके पास जो एम होना, विजन होना चाहिए आपके पास. या मैं अब इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कंपनी में काम करूंगा और कम्युनिकेशन काम में करूंगा, टेलीकम्युनिकेशन में, मेडिकल फील्ड में, जो भी क्वालिटी मैनेजमेंट, यू हैव टू हैव a great understanding on that one, and then you have to go. That is very very important. You should not be vague. अब vague नहीं चलेगा. So you have to be very specific, and we have to be very self confident. So actually, even in marketing, what are the things you can do? You can do a market product management. You can talk about the technical things about the product. This is also a very great field you can pick. For example, आप जो भी टेक्निकल लर्न कर रहे हैं, आप उसमें इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं. प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट, यू कैन टॉक अबाउट द स्पेसिफिकेशन ऑफ प्रोडक्ट, what is, you can be a direct point of contact to customer, and so on. Advertisement, sales management, channel management, meaning channel meaning like internal process, how we can make the whole organization, removing the non-value added and all that. Institutional, international business, customer relationship also is very important one. Customer relationship, क्या हो जाएगा, आपको वॉइस ऑफ कस्टमर, वॉइस ऑफ पार्टनर पूरा आपको इन्वेस्टिगेट कर सकते हैं, आपका एबिलिटी, एनालिटिक्स एबिलिटीज इंप्रूव होगा. So these are all the interests you can do based on the area and assignment you have in the marketing. Let's talk about the finance. In finance, what you can do corporate finance, marketing finance, supply chain management. Supply chain management also is one common field. Every field has supply management. अब जो भी ले लीजिए, फॉर एग्जाम्पल टेक एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ मोबाइल. Mobile requires 100 plus parts. It requires a resistor, it requires a motherboard, it requires a battery, it requires many parts in it, electronic parts, or any supply, I mean mechanical parts. It requires also a plastic parts and all that. तो उसका एक सप्लाई चेंज मैनेजमेंट रहेगा. सप्लाई चेन कब, कौन से सप्लायर से लेना है, कब लेना है, कौन कौन से कितना कस्टमर रिक्वायरमेंट है, कितना हमको क्वांटिटी चाहिए. ऑल दीज यू कैन डू इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग. सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट ऑल्सो is a wide open. This calls for finance, it calls for electronics, it calls for electrical, it calls for science. Any field, supply chain management is also is a management side. You can pick it up just like quality management system, program management, project management. Supply chain management also is one field which you can do. For example, today I'm just dealing only with let's say commercial supply management. Commercial meaning like mobile, laptop, and all that. And tomorrow you can also do it for, you can also flip side, and you can just go for another things like electronics and any of these things. Commercial, logistic, treasury, and project finance. Human resource, corporate HR. corporate, you can have a better, if you think that your communication is bang on, your communication is very good, you have a great persuasive skills, meaning like you have a, you're able to ability, you have a ability to explain the things, then you can also take the domain called corporate HR. Recruitment, if you're good at skilling the people how to scan the interviews and all that, you're good at it, you can take this recruitment also as well. Training and development, if you are a corporate trainer, another thing, you can take this one. Performance management, you can just study the psychological factor about the person, and what are the key things, out of the business requirement, you can take this also as well. Talent management, again, talent management also wide open, you can identify the talents required for the organization and you can deploy. And employee engagement also, you can do that. So in IT and system, ERP system and material, I talked about more into this one, quality management system, project management, program management, you can definitely take, these are all the assignment also as well based on your interest. So before, I mean, type of industry, you have automobile, you have automobile meaning like car, BMW, Ferrari, all these cars you have an auto ancillary, and you have banks, you have all cables and cements and ceramics and automobile. I mean, you have medical, all of this you have wide open. You need to just pick that the right one, yeah. Chemical industries and all that. So this list is more paint, paper, personal care, and industry like sugar, tea, telecommunications, textile, and these are. So what we have to do is you have to do a SWOT analysis: strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. So okay, if I choose this field, what are going to have my strength? What is the weakness I have? How I can convert that weakness into opportunity? And what is the threat? Everything you have. So in that, this is also the same like individual, company, industry, country, and all these you can also think about it. If you wanted to be like individually, individual company you want to do, or company you want to work, you want to work for industry, you want to work for multi regions and all that you can pick. So individual, if you're the individual one, it's a all self analysis required, scientific tools you need to have and all that. And if you're, what is the strength you need to have? You need to have experience, education, technical knowledge. You need to have contacts and all that. So I'm going to, weakness is something which you need to determine what are the weakness you have and all that, and opportunity, how you can convert that weakness into opportunities, and what are the down part you have. For example, I'm just selecting a field which is non-technical, so I need to have a, I need to make sure that okay, now I need to get the job desperately, I have, and after 3 months, 6 months, 1 year down the line, I need to flip to the back to the side of domain, like, I mean, the domain which I have studied. So like this you need to have the plan also as well. So I mean, even if you take a larger view, like a mechanical, what you can do, and civil, what you can do, and electronic and communication and all that. So I'm gonna skip this one. Actually, I would like to open for more of a question. Actually, that's the reason I just skipped this little bit of theory. Actually, this is one last slide of mine. What I wanted to give you, I would like to stay on this slide for maybe 5 minutes. I wanted to talk about a very important thing is 10-10-80 principle is very important principle that actually like जो भी आप पढ़ते हो, that is only a 10 percentage. Let's say you attended today a training or any training that carries the mark of only 10 percentage. 10 percentage क्या करना है, whatever you have learned you have to recall, and you have to take the notes, everything, that is 10 percentage. 80 percentage, whatever you have learned and you have convert them to competency, that you need to convert into a project or a goal and so on. So first plan is what you study, how you recall, how you implement the learned techniques. 20 को कैसे आप 80 कर सकते हो, that is all about. So any training you take it, first foremost thing what you have to do is you have to recall, you have to think, okay, so this sir or this madam referred this point, what does it mean, how I can leverage it, why don't I perceive in the same thing, something like that. So recall is very powerful, and then once the recall is done, you have to convert all your ideas into materialized, meaning like let's say I'm good at, let's say, take an example of one student is good at quality, I mean, investigations, and then he learned that techniques of how we can write the reports, how we can find out the findings, everything, and then he or she is converting in, he is recalling what he has learned, and then he has to implement what are the things being done. So high demand, we talked about that one. High demand is, we talked about the management system. Generally management system people, let's say, I will give two scenario to you. One student completed, let's say, B in electronic communication. One more student completed B, same domain, electronic communication. Both go for job. One is in the management system, one is in the non-management system. It still is a core one, non-management system. So he picked up project management as a field. He picked up, let's say, MPDM, manufacturing product data management is a field. So these two one. So what will happen is actually the person who is into management system, after down the line, let's say 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Let's take an example of 5 year. After 5 year, inshallah, his salary will be 5 lakhs per annum. But this person's salary will be 4 lakhs or something like that, because he has not grasped full package about the entire organization. So आप ये भी कर सकते हो, if you wanted to be there in something like core field like test automation, everything. So over a period of time, your salary will be hike like anything. So inshallah, it will become like 7 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs, and 14 lakhs per annum and all that. You can definitely gain in this one. So please recall the slide which I talked about the high demand one. So जो भी high demand का जो भी होता है, so वो field आप aim कर सकते हो. You need to aim first, and then you need to make the plan. Okay, I want to get into this job because as per my interest and hobbies and the qualification, I think this job will suit me. And then you have to go into that. You need to develop the interest and all that. With that, you can gain much more package into it. Let me say in Urdu, जो भी आपके पास skill है, वो skills, if it is matching one. Okay, let's take an example of slide. One second, I'm picking up the slide. Just a minute. Yeah. You wanted to go for agriculture, you wanted to go for management system, you wanted to go for analytics. These are all जो भी ये slide है ना, this has been taken from the LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the network, you all know that. LinkedIn, आप जैसे ही आप कॉलेज में रहेंगे, so आपको LinkedIn account create करना है. LinkedIn is a professional account where you will have a visibility like which are all the trainings are happening, which are all the segment which is yielding the best income, best salary, and best demands and all that. So this is the slide you need to remember, and you try to perceive in the same field. Not only your package, your salary will be better. You will always will be in high demand. So that's something you will be able to secure the job for very longer time as such. So let me go and go back to this slide. This is what the second point I talked about. Maybe I lose the pointer again. The third is the most fundamental one is the self-confidence is the very key. So we should not think that, okay, so even most of the students actually they think that actually they don't know what they are going to do it, and whatever they get it, they will like, we need to have a plan in place, we need to have a focus. That is self confidence is so important. Yeah. And then in interview we I have the different presentation on that. In interview what we have to do is in resume, talk about resume. In resume we have to write a resume on your own. We should not follow from anybody else. For example, take an example of one scenario, I will give it to you. There was a person, he said that he is good at, he has the learning agility. So I asked the question to him that actually, can you tell me what do you mean by learning agility and how did you learn the subject fast? Can you give me an example? And this person was not able to answer it. So that means it's clearly indicated that he's copied from somebody else. right? We should not do. So all your strength, long-term goal, short-term goal, everything you have to write from your notes, from your. That's the reason we should not copy any other things. The minute you copy other resume, you will end up, what will happen, you will end up, giving the information which is suitable to other person, and during interviews you will definitely will be in trouble. So I this session is actually like a sleevely session. Maybe I can send the material to madam, actually Fahima madam. Maybe Fahima madam can give this to all. So this has very how to prepare the resume, what are the key words you need to have, so that your resume will pick forward and all that. So इंटरव्यू का एक ऐसा है, like you need to keep in mind that all the things whatever resume is very important. जो आपके पास resume जो होता है उसमें you need to pick the word which is suitable for you, and if you are copy pasting other thing, the chances that you may get rejected in interview, right? So very important. I have exclusively material actually क्या क्या words में डालना है. For example, self motivated, quick learner. That means whatever the applicable to you, you can just go and plug into your word document. Okay, let's talk about the final point called art of networking. The final, very important point, art of networking. For example, let's say आप student हो या parents हो या आप college, I mean job goer हो, for any of these three dimension, क्या आपको करना है? You need to have a networking. वो अब कौन सा, for example, let's take an example of a friend. Your friend is good at something. You should not feel hesitate. You should not feel shy to take his help or her help. Always we should be open. Okay. So there is a book called you know emotional intelligence. It talks about a person. There is small story around a person who is very strong, and he developed a business. In business, actually, can you go on mute, please? In business, actually, out after some time, he picked up so much revenue, and he developed a own business. He picked up so much revenue, and that revenue went like anything. So after some time, due to the crisis, he has to lose the job by himself. Not the whole company got a risk, and the whole company had to get close. But actually, like this person was very proud. I was the CEO of this company. I will get the job just like this. I ran the multinational company and all that. What happened actually? Like 2 months passed by, 4 months passed by. He was not getting the job. Then his wife advised that, can I tell you why you are not getting the job? Because you are not taking any support from your friends. So that is the one thing which is not helping. Then after that, he realized that he has a network building, like he called up friends, and he developed in that area, and he got the job back. So what is the moral of this story is actually, no matter what we are, we have to you should not hesitate to take anybody help. For example, let's say in your, that is the first thing, you should take your friend's help. I'm talking about the same range. I mean, you have your friend is good at something, you have to have a take a friend. Take a help from your senior. For example, let's say in your community a guy is going for a job. Let's say in my community, I have a students whom I need to monitor. Okay, these are all the things, these people is requiring this skill, I need to constantly mold them. Like this, you should also go, you should pick up the phone and say that, okay, I have an interview on this subject, can you help me? So 1 week before, well advanced, you can just take the help from the senior. Take the help from the no the normal community people, from the LinkedIn, all the social networking. You need to take the help. So art of networking, 3 points I just talked about. First is, आप friends के circle में जो भी friends हैं आपके पास, वो friends है, you should be open and take the help from it. For example, your friend is something good at it, please take help from your friend. Number one, take help from your senior. जो सीनियर जो काम कर रहे हैं, जो जो भी सीनियर जॉब में ऑलरेडी प्लेस हैं, आप उनसे गाइडेंस कर ले सकते हैं। और जो जॉब कर रहे हैं, वो भी आप स्टूडेंट्स को गाइड कंप्लीटली गाइड कर सकते हैं। द लास्ट वन इज, be aware of social networking like LinkedIn में आप कौन सा job जा रहा है, कौन सा high revenue है, like this you should have that complete knowledge about it. Art of networking, uh, first and fundamental thing is do not shy, do not feel hesitate, take help from somebody. Even if you want, even if you go to any stages, even if you get into the job, take help from your friend, take help from your senior, take help from education, like study something and have this deep networking. That is really really important. With that, I wanted to close my presentation, and basically I talked about what are the things you can take for the job, and what are the very important thing which is gaining grounds, which has a high demand and high interest. And I talked about the self confidence is all about one, and you can take help from your friends also as well. So इसमें समरी में क्या बताया था मैं, लाइक 10-10-80 प्रिंसिपल, जो भी आप सीखेंगे वही जस्ट 10%, 80% or 90% how you convert that into a material. High demand, please try to work on agriculture, try to work on the test automation and so on. And we also talked about management processes, which is quality management system, supply, and you can, and then we talked about interview के लिए आप senior से help ले लीजिए, and whatever that they guide it, you can take their inputs, everything that will really helpful. The art of networking is very important. We should not feel shy, we should not feel why I should go and what the person will think about me. No, shy completely we should not have, we should always take help from that. With that small note, I wanted to complete this presentation and open that one for chat one. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, from bottom of my heart.
Yeah, thank you so much. You're most welcome. Yeah. How was the session? Any questions for you, please?
Sir,
Yes.
there is a one friend who is still now present in this meeting. If I ask him at night at 9 that what you are doing, he will tell no, I'm not reading I'm the book, I'm just sleeping, or he just doing the work, anything just he tell me. But how can he attend the topper of the school, I mean topper of the class? His name is Shalam,
Okay.
present here.
Okay. So what actually, I think I didn't get your question, I believe. So your question is actually there is a student, you don't need to name it. There is a student who need to who has to put his effort or her effort to become master and become a good ranking. That's what you're talking about, right?
Sir, I asked
या बोलिए ना,
that
उर्दू में बोल
one,
सकते हैं आप, उर्दू हिंदी.
no sir, I asked one
Okay.
friend is there.
Okay.
If I ask him what you are doing at night at 9, then he will tell no, I'm not doing anything. If I tell him at 10, then what you are doing, he will tell I'm sleeping. But how can he score good marks? Means how can he become the topper if he is not reading?
Okay, actually, different people have a different motivational factor. Actually, for example, I will tell you a story. There is a story mentioned in the book called "You Can Win," page number 72. I will just tell you the story and then I will give an answer to you. Okay. The story is there was a boy who wanted to play a soccer like in the US. They most of the people play a soccer, right? A small ball like oval shape and all that thing, soccer. And this student actually wanted. He always comes along with the friend, I mean father, to the ground, and the coach was not accepting the idea. So coach said that you are not a good player and I do not allow you to play, because if you play it, I feel like actually our school school may lose it and our school name will become bad, and I will not allow you to play. I don't think that you are a good player. So all the time, actually, this the father was coming along with that. I mean, with the son, and goes to the coach, and coach always anonymously reject it. No, you are not good at
Meeting
it.
sound.
Yeah. So after that, what happened? Actually, one day, one fine day, actually, the father didn't come. And then the student, I mean, the son went to the coach. Coach, give me a last chance, coach, and I'm sure that I will do a good. So the coach said, no, no, this is a final year, I mean, final match. I don't want our school name to be bad. But then actually this boy said, no, 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 give me a last chance, coach. I will do my best to become a good player. So I finally, coach said, no, 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 I don't think that you will play. But since you are arguing so much, I will give you an opportunity. So this boy went to the play and he played superbly, very superbly. And then they unanimously won the match also as well. Then the coach said that how can I was wrong? Why you played so nicely now? Then actually, where is your father? So the boy said, my father is died, and basically he was blind. He always wanted to ensure that I play good, though he cannot see, but he always stay in the ground. And today he's watching from the above. I wanted to give a best things to him. So that's the reason I put heart and soul to it. So actually every different person motivates different things, get motivated at different things. Like this, आप उनको क्या advice करना चाहिए, आपको उनको बताना चाहिए. Like if you study, आप जब अच्छा study करते हो, क्या आपको job मिल सकते हैं, आपको job मिले तो ज़्यादा salary कमा सकते हैं. Like this, you need to constantly give the motivation. You should pick up the book, read some good stories, motivation stories, and read it. Due to the limitation of the time, I'm just not quoting many other stories and success stories. But क्या कर सकते हैं, success stories आप उनसे relate कर सकते हैं. So mark is something very important, one of the important to get into the job. And ऐसा करके आप बता सकते हैं, Mr. Ali Haider.
Mr. Abrar, actually, his question is the boy is not studying, but though he is scoring good mark. That is his
That's
question.
okay, okay, okay. And also, it depends actually. Every person, Allah has gifted different. Thank you, madam. Different style actually. Some people, that actually, a few of my friend actually, even though they will be listening to songs and they will be having the headphone on, but still they will be able to pick up the good marks. It is all their learnings, and different people learns different things. So actually, like it also depends on their the mind and speciality or different features what they have. But actually, if they wanted to know, I think the best thing is, for example, I have always been the first ranker. I think in between I got the second rank. Always used to go and ask that. So what did you do differently? And I wanted to make the best practices. Whatever the technique he shared, you get to get from him. So like this, Mr. Ali, what I
No,
advise
sir.
I
Actually,
wanted to
that's
give.
not the matter.
Sorry.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam. Let me just complete to Ali and come back. Only 1 second. I'm just concluding that point. What क्या कर सकते हैं actually, आप different people have a different skills, right? आप उनके पास जाके उनके पास ही पूछ सकते हैं. आप कैसा ऐसा कर सकते हो, आप हमेशा सो रहे हो, मतलब you go early to bed, and I don't think that you are spending night in the study and all that, but still I think the remarkable point you are making it, you just get the tricks from him and try to apply the tricks. I think it will work for you, Mr. Ali. Thank you. Please go ahead.
I think Ali, you have
Thank you
got the
very much.
answer from sir. Shalam
Yes.
also is here, so Shalam you can support to Haider Ali. So to score the same thing, what you're scoring, what are the ideas you're implementing?
Yeah.
I think you are having a multiple intelligence.
Yeah. Because
But
actually
actually, I
this is the
think
speciality, Haider. Everyone has a great personality, and Allah has gifted everything unique and great personality. All we need to do is we
So
need to tap it. That's all. Yeah.
yes,
so
Haider, don't
Shalom.
focus on mark. Allah maybe have given the lot of skill to you. You focus on especially that skill where you are really good. Okay. So mark
Yes,
is the
ma'am.
secondary.
Yeah.
Okay. The skill is the best. So inshallah you will shine
Sorry,
and will rock in future. Inshallah.
Inshallah. My prayer
Mr.
Sorry,
always
Abrar,
remains with you. Yes.
yeah. Mr. Abrar, especially like data analytics. So after the 10th, how the student has to select for the data analytic? What subject they have to choose? Which department they have to take if they want to focus on the data analytic?
After 10th or after 12th, madam?
Yeah, because after 10th, mostly like in these board, like a state Tamil Nadu boards, like in 11th and 12th, they have to select the specific department so they can go for the UG.
Yes, correct. So maybe
Okay, so
yeah, sure, sure.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'd like to say that actually after 10th जो भी डेटा एनालिटिक्स में ना जो डेटा पॉलिटिक्स कर सकते हैं पॉलिटिक्स में आपको पूरा प्रैक्टिकल ये रहेगा आई थिंक आई सजेस्ट दैट एक्चुअली इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कम्युनिकेशन और कम्युनिकेशन इंजीनियरिंग इंडस्ट्रियल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स ये पूरा ज्यादा उसमें डेटा यूज होता है लाइक डिफरेंट लॉजिक वन binomial theorem logics ones and all this data use of that data can be very useful as a starting point.
Mm.
And
Like
Excuse me.
apart from this ऐसा course भी कर सकते हैं madam like I can conduct yellow belt in lean six sigma uh, black belt in lean six sigma green belt मैं भी आप उनको बता सकता हूँ like ये कोर्स है एक्चुअली इट्स नॉट पार्ट ऑफ द स्टडी बट
अच्छा
कोर्स
अच्छा.
कर सकते हैं वो कोर्स में एक्चुअली ये एकदम ज्यादा रहेगा मे बी फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ ऑल आई वुड लाइक टू क्विकली टेल यू दैट वन फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से I was there in a company and I don't want to reveal the salary but what happened actually I was doing yellow belt as a course उसके बाद थोड़ा मेरा प्रोग्रेशन हुआ था सैलरी में लाइक आई जस्ट कन्विंस टू द मैनेजमेंट दैट या सो आई completed and a green belt my analytical skill improved actually then again I did a project and again my salary got increased again I did black belt again my salary got increased so what I'm saying is so data analytics is something what the more you study the more growth you have more salary you have.
Okay, right. So please you drop your mail ID so let the student to have a contact with you. Okay, if they
Yeah,
want to
sure,
know
sure.
about the Sigma,
Yes, yes.
right?
Excuse
So
me, sir.
Lean Six Sigma, I strongly recommend because every company has something called the Lean Six Sigma Lean program. Lean program को आपको क्या आ जाएगा? आपको ability to solve the business problem आ जाएगा. आपका savings like millions of saving you can give it to company, and your salary inshallah will be very more. Inshallah. So I think I can
Yeah.
contact yellow belt, green belt, black belt, and all that. Please drop me if you need anything. I can certify also as well. I can definitely help you out. Please feel free to touch base with me if you need anything on that. So, and also the student who have completed the, who are going to complete that one, please have this skill because when you have the skill, let's say two scenario, one scenario I will give it to you. One scenario, a student completed BSc in any domain, BSc. One student completed BSc plus Six Sigma. Let's say his opening salary will be 2.5 lakhs per annum. This person's salary will be starting will be 2.8 lakhs per annum. Okay, so that differences you will have because when you pick up that skill like date I mean analytics skill your salary will be better than you will be unique you will be better you'll have a better salary inshallah.
Any other queries?
Excuse me.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Sorry to Shalam. I should not ask here this question because I asked him if he share his experience how he did this scoring good marks so that we can also get good marks. Not only I, all friends, those who are present here. Sorry, Salam.
No problem.
Okay,
Basically
right.
these questions to directed to the person whom he referring to please share with us like what techniques you follow to grasp the subject in shorter time.
Basically, sir,
So any
I don't follow any particular tricks and all. I just try to understand what means. My focus is same when I sit to study. My focus is continuously means to achieve what I want.
आप उर्दू में
I
बोले क्या
don't
शाला आप
get
उर्दू में पूछिए
distracted by this thing.
आप उर्दू में भी बोल सकते हैं साहा लाइक आपका आप कैसा ग्रास्प करते हो आप क्या बोल रहे थे आपको फोकस होता है आपका एम
हाँ
होता
सर,
है वो बता रहे थे आप सही
हाँ मतलब मैं ना जब पढ़ाई में बैठता हूँ तब कोशिश करता हूँ डिस्ट्रैक्ट ना होने की।
हाँ, वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड।
वही ज्यादा टाइम पढ़ने में मैं उतना विश्वास नहीं रखता, बस कुछ टाइम बैठने से थोड़ा ज्यादा फोकस देके तो मेरा काम शायद इंशाल्लाह बन जाता है किसी तरह।
Okay, good, good, Saha. Good advice. Yeah.
Thank you, Shalom.
Okay, it's good advice Saha has shared with us. Any other questions, please? आप कुछ भी डाउट आप पूछ सकते हैं, कुछ भी डाउट, आप कुछ भी लाइक कुछ गाइडेंस होना है आपको, आप जरूर पूछ सकते हैं।
There is one question, Mr. Abrar.
Yes, madam.
Sir, will there be any counseling for civil service?
Actually, I do not know, but I will get this information. Maybe I will give it to you, madam.
Right.
Counseling, I do not know, but I can pick up this information and I'll give it to you, inshallah.
Okay. So, any other queries from the participant? कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं participant जो यहाँ पे ही? अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अब्रार साहब ने बहुत सी चीजों पर रोशनी डाला है, especially the art of networking. Yes, focus on that. So please don't hesitate to get the help from your elders, your seniors, your classmates, and your surroundings, resource peoples, and as well as those are skillful. Don't hesitate, because education is the way, the path where we should, without hesitation, we can get the help. Okay.
Yes,
If
Miss.
we are hesitating, don't put the full stop in the education. There is no end in the education. It is a continuation process till the last breath. Okay, so please keep on getting the knowledge, and what are the knowledge you are gaining, try to spread it, try to flourish it, try to share with others your skills, your knowledge, whatever the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us. Okay, this is our prior duty, that whatever we are learning, whatever we are getting from our elders, our seniors, and our surroundings, and what are the knowledge Allah has given to us, that we have to shower on others, right? So Alhamdulillah, Mr. Abrar has really has rocked today. He has given so many ideas and so many areas he has thrown the light. Maybe it will be very helpful for all of us. And inshallah, this recording also please upload in the YouTube, Mr. Abrar. So let
Sure,
others to
madam.
gain the ideas.
Sure, madam.
Jazakallah.
Yeah,
Sajjad
so
sir,
only
or you
one
want to
point
say some?
yeah, just
Yeah.
wanted to give additional point to what madam has said now. Very important point she picked up actually today, and she said one of the point madam has conveyed now is till the last breath we need to have we should not give up. We should have we should keep studying it. So no, though Alhamdulillah I have 13-year experience, I never feel bad that actually when the new technologies and new concept come, I go and grasp it. How I learned is actually like one of my senior regional director, my role model, one of the role model which I follow him, Pramod Neto sir, and he was a regional quality director. And what is the inspiration quality I got it at the age of 58? He got retired. And the retire, I was the person who had to organize a meeting, and there is a speech happen and all that. Everyone give a speech about what is the strength of Pramod sir and so on. So, and then actually he said at the end, actually, like, then I asked a question to him, sir, you have a 38-year experience in quality. How did you learn? What did you learn in quality? Then I asked this question to him. Then he said that at the age of 58, yeah. So he said that I think I have learned 1 or 2% in quality, but it's still long way to go. I think I have to study still more long. That is something very inspiring to me actually. So please student, even though if you get into the job, do not be settle yourself. Try to have that uh, the courses, like in different courses you can take over and you can do that. So please, knowledge never gets ending. Okay, so please have that in mind. Good, thank you madam for supplying this. That's a good point. So any other questions you have? And please, I think the heavy emphasizes throughout the things, I just wanted to one word. If you ask me what is the heavy word which you wanted to place on this presentation, is networking. And please do not feel shy, do not feel hesitate to take your friend support, take your senior support, take your support from your networking, right? Please do that. That's an important attribute you need to have. Yes. Any other question, please? Any other questions? आप कुछ भी क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहते हैं?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, yeah, please go ahead.
What was your percentage in HSLC?
Sorry, pardon me.
HSLC percentage yours.
Okay, actually, I cannot reveal this one, but I was the one of the first ranker actually. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So
Can
as
we
Madam said,
scroll?
Ali Hadar, as Madam said, actually, mark is important, very important. It's not everything actually. Here. Skill is everything. Mark is something like a skill. That's what I use the word competence directly. I didn't use the word skill, right? Competence. क्योंकि competence, knowledge is something what you have. How you apply the learn technique is very important, Heather. Mark is important. Do not underestimate it. Mark is something very important, good to have. It is fascinating to have everything, but skill is the right things and competence is the right thing we need to have. Okay, so both things are important. Yeah,
So I think we have to, it's a time to wind up.
yeah,
So
yes.
if any chat, any queries are there, participant, please, you can drop in the WhatsApp message. Okay. I will pass out to Mr. Abrar and inshallah I will reply for your queries, or else Mr. Abrar's numbers I will pass to you. You can ask directly to him.
Yeah,
Right,
sure.
Abrar? No
Yeah,
objection,
yes,
right?
yes.
Right.
That will be great. I love to help actually. Please remember, I love to help. I
MashaAllah,
need the
MashaAllah,
people like you to come forward. So you do not be
MashaAllah.
hesitate, and you don't have a language barrier also. If you want me to speak to Urdu, speak in Urdu, Hindi, everything is perfectly fine. Do not hesitate. Yeah.
Ji, see,
One more question from Razaul
participant.
Karim. One more question from Razaul Karim has come up. Please check this.
Yeah. What about our exam? Exactly, I don't know what you want to ask. Razaul Kareem, you can ask directly to Mr. Abrar. You can mute yourself. Razaul Kareem, you can mute yourself and can clarify your doubt, Mr. Abrar here. रजाउल करीम बार भैया आप अपना सवाल यहाँ पे ड्रॉप कर पूछ सकते हैं मिस्टर अब्रा से डायरेक्टली अपने आप को अनम्यूट कीजिए और पूछिए
Even actually, even I'm not sure that what Razak would like to ask this one. It says like, what
Yeah.
about our exam? If you could be specific, inshallah, I will try to help. Please, थोड़ा specific बताइए. We'll pick this question up. Yeah.
पार्टिसिपेंट आप हिंदी में बात कर सकते हैं जो भी पूछना है रिसोर्स पर्सन से ओपनली पूछ सकते हैं अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हमारे स्पीकर इज एबल टू स्पीक इन हिंदी तो अपना डाउट क्लैरिफाई कर सकते हैं आप लोग कोई बात नहीं अगर आप लोग हेसिटेट कर रहे हैं तो अपना मैसेज ड्रॉप कर दीजिए व्हाट्सएप पे इंशाल्लाह आपको अपना जवाब मिल जाएगा राइट
Inshallah.
so
Yes.
I think we have to wind up Sajjad sir want to say anything
No, actually, like once again, I would like to thanks EAMP. EAMP is doing a bang on, really great job and fantastic job. May Allah, help EAMP to generate more and more trainer, more and more resources person. And may Allah, whatever the efforts and objectives which EAMP carries, may Allah fulfill all their aims and the dreams what EAMP is
Ameen
carrying forward. And
Thank you, Abrar
secondly,
bhai.
yeah, Sajjad Saab and Faheema Madam, you've been organized really nicely. I'm very thankful once again. And I would like to say a big thank you to AMP for giving me an opportunity. I'm very overwhelmed with this opportunity, and thank you so much. Jazakallah.
बहुत खुशी हुआ, बहुत खुशी हुआ अबरार भाई, अल्लाह आपकी खिदमत कबूल फरमाए. Excellent session was there, very motivational, very nice. Fahima ma'am, please explain to
Yes,
the
sir.
audience that next week and then next Sunday the same time we will have another program. अब उसके बारे में कुछ हाईलाइट कर
जी
दीजिए, ये बेहतर रहेगा.
जी हाँ, माशाल्लाह ये प्रोग्राम हमने स्पेशली यूपी के ऑडियंस के लिए तैयार किया था. तो लेकिन अफसोस है कि बहुत से लोग पार्टिसिपेट नहीं किए, लेकिन जो भी आप पार्टिसिपेट किए हैं, रियली आर लकीएस्ट पीपल. बहुत खुशकिस्मत हो आप लोग जिसने अबरार सर के सेशन को अटेंड किया और बहुत सी चीज की जानकारी हासिल हुई. तो इंशाल्लाह कमिंग संडे, नेक्स्ट संडे भी आप लोगों के लिए एक प्रोग्राम ऑर्गेनाइज किया गया है स्पेशली लाइक पेरेंट काउंसलिंग के लिए. तो जो पार्टिसिपेंट यहाँ पे ही दूसरों को बताइए, कोशिश कीजिए कि ज्वाइन हो जाए इस सेशन में. ओके, लिंक आपको भेज दिया जाएगा. जितना ज्यादा पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे उतनी आप लोगों की नॉलेज गेन होगी. ओके, जितना आप लोगों की नॉलेज गेन होगी उतना आप लोगों को मौका मिलेगा कि दूसरों को सिखा सके, क्योंकि ये भी आकर ये खिदमत खल्क है और सदका जारिया है. तो प्लीज ट्राई कीजिए ऐसे प्रोग्राम्स में पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए, और जो चीज आप लोग इसमें हासिल करते हैं उसको दूसरों को सिखाने की कोशिश कीजिए. इंशाल्लाह अल्लाह आपकी खिदमत को कबूल करेगा और आप लोगों को उसका रिवॉर्ड मिलेगा. राइट, तो बगैर मिस किए हुए अगले सेशन भी ज्वाइन कीजिए. राइट, और अब्रार से आपको जो भी क्लैरिफाई करना है व्हाट्सएप में ड्रॉप कर दीजिए और कभी भी आप मुझसे कांटेक्ट कीजिए. ये बहुत अच्छी मौका है आप लोगों को अपनी मतलब अवेयरनेस के लिए. जो भी आप लोग जानना चाहते हैं आराम से उनसे कभी भी पूछ सकते हैं, और अपने दोस्तों को भी बताइए उनसे कांटेक्ट करने के लिए. इंशाल्लाह आप लोगों को बहुत हेल्पफुल रहेगा. राइट,
कॉन्टैक्ट कर दीजिए मैम, स्क्रीन पे अबरार भाई कॉन्टैक्ट एड्रेस है, वो मतलब कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर वगैरह, ईमेल आईडी अगर आप शेयर कर अच्छा रहेगा, लोग नोट कर लेंगे.
पार्टिसिपेंट आप लोगों के पास तो हमारा व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप, व्हाट्सएप में नंबर्स है आप लोगों के पास. राइट, तो उसमें अपना जो भी जानना है ड्रॉप कर दीजिए, हम इंशाल्लाह आप लोगों को वापस भेज देंगे जो भी आप लोगों को जानना है. राइट, तो मिस्टर अब्रार, रियली इट्स अमेजिंग thought from you. Jazakallah. May Almighty bless you and your family. We wish and pray for everyone's prosperity. So here I